Hi everyone. Today we'll be presenting on a fascinating and deeply relevant topic on cultural influence on identity. We'll be exploring how cultural factors shape who we are in our contemporary society with a specific focus on dynamic between specific cultural influences and the individual choices we all make. Let's start with the basics. What makes you? Our identity isn't formed in a vacuum. It's a complex tapestry woven from the three primary threads, like cultural factors, just like our heritage and traditions, social factors, such as our friends and communities, and individual factors, just like our personal experiences and choices. In today's world, this process, this process is more complex than ever. Globalization connects us to ideas and cultures from across the globe. While migration means many of us navigate life between different cultural worlds. A key point we'll see today is that despite these modern pressures, Pacific Islanders often maintain incredibly strong ties to their cultural roots, demonstrating a powerful sense of identity that adapts without disappearing. Cultural factors and identity formation. What are cultural factors? They are the bedrock of identity. They include language, traditions, values, and family. Language, the word we use to describe our world and our relationship. Traditions, the practices passed down through generations. Values, the shared beliefs about what is important, like respect for elders. And family is the fundamental unit that teaches and reinforces all of the above. This formation isn't passive. It's actively reinforced through participation, attending ceremonies just like wedding, funerals, or birthdays, and regular involvement in institutions like the church are not just social events. They are acts of identity reformation. A powerful example from the research is the Tongan Faikawa or Kawaseko. At FAO's 2015 study shows for Tongan, even those living in New Zealand, the Faikawa is more than just drinking kawa. It's a vital social space where language is spoken, stories are shared, heritages are respected, and Tongan identity is collectively preserved and strengthened. It is a living practice of culture.
Contemporary influences and individual choices. We all live in the 21st century, and powerful new forces are shaping identity. Globalization often promotes values of individualism, personal autonomy, and self-expression. This this can sometimes feel at odds with more collective cultural values. A major driver of this is social media. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok allows individuals to curate their own persona, blending elements from their traditional culture with global modern trends. This battery rules. This creates what scholars call hybrid identities, a unique mixture of traditional and the contemporary. Furthermore, paths to personal success, like pursuing higher education or specific career goals, can sometimes lead to conflict with cultural applications. For example, a student may need to study for exam during a time when their family and community need them for an important cultural event. This tension between individuals' aspiration and collective duty is a central challenge for many. Specific cultural influences versus individual choices. This brings us to the core intention of presentation. In many Pacific societies, collectivity's values are dominant. This means the group need, the family, the village, the community are often prioritized over the individuals. Key values include respect for elders, status, and traditions, and reciprocity, the idea of mutual obligation and support. Systems like Fahas Samoa Way, or the Tongan system of FAP are built on these communal obligations. Your identity is deeply tied to your role and responsibilities with these structures, but this doesn't mean individual choices disappear. Instead, as Manuela and Hannah's 2017 research on Pacific youth highlights, younger generations are increasingly adopting hybrid identities. They are finding ways to balance their cultural heritage with their personal desires. They might navigate both the digital world and the cultural world, showing respect at home while pursuing a career their parents might not have imagined. It's not about rejecting culture, but also integrating it into a modern life. To conclude, our journey today shows a few key takeaways. First, cultural factors. From language to family remains a powerful force in shaping our identity. For many people of Pacific heritage, these cultural influences continue to outweigh purely individual choices. The pull of community respect and application is profound. Nevertheless, in our contemporary context, we are seeing the rise of hybrid identities. People are skillful blending the traditional and the modern, creating a new, dynamic way of being that honor the past while embracing the future. Affirmation of identity is not a battle between culture and choice, but a continual and fascinating negotiation between the two. And finally, this presentation drew upon the valuable work of several scholars in the field, including Enari and Lemuel Fairbook and Manuel M. This research provides deep insight into the evolving identities of Pacific Islanders. Thank you.